all our fates chosen, yes? I hear we have you to thank for the salvation of Apocrypha.
Sorry.
Treasure.
There we go.
Must be our lucky day.
It just forgot the mic. Anyway, so yeah, I was saying my computer's still broken. I can't fix it. So things are gonna be choppy and whatnot. There's a lot of Argonian ciphers around here.
Are you surprised to see one of my kind in the robes of a cipher?
No, I've just seen two others.
I was born in Vardenfell. The Hist never spoke to me, so I sought another voice. The Great Eye chose me when my own kind turned away. Ah, a newcomer in Cypher's Midden. Do not be afraid. Once my people saw me as an outsider, but we cast aside our old skins when we become Ciphers of the Eye. Here, we are all outsiders, which means that none of us are.
You can appear at any moment now? Wait, what do you mean?
We who serve the Great Eye come from many lands. But once we don a Cypher's robes, what we were before no longer matters. Whoever you are, whatever you have done, you have a place here.
Sweet roll. Okay, let's do the furnishings first. Still broken. You can appear at any time to swipe Cloud's hat. You can try. You were following me? Oh. Because your invisibility potions. But good luck following me and not letting me know now. Oh. Huh. I didn't know I can move these. I can move the sidewalk pieces? Hi, Darklight. I'm not challenging you because you can't do it. I just know you can't do it. Up. Video games are hard. 5 ghosts. Oh, hey, you know what? It's a bit of a trek. But
I'm with you.
Okay, I want to head down here. I don't know if the race count, but... Anyway, so I'm gonna get my PC looked at tomorrow. That might mean today's stream is gonna be shorter. It's been well over a week now, and I'm really tired of it. Like, really, really tired. Like, super tired. No, not the Nick sounds. Okay, Wraith does count. I know it's frustrating to watch with the frames. There's better ESO streamers out there that have smooth frames. I will not blame you if you want to check them out. There's just nothing I can do. I've stayed up for hours and hours on weekdays just trying to fix this.
Building up a staff. Good thinking.
Hello.
Something on your...
Yeah, the silk. Okay, there's another one. I want to get into a trial, right? And that would be... You can imagine that's a bad idea, right? I'm thinking, why would you get into a trial if your PC just barely works? Like I see it right now, the frames are rough. And the answer is, it would be pretty bad at the beginning, but once the trial renders everything, it should be okay. So I would probably want to pick a trial like Kind's Aegis, maybe. It's like a big game map.
And down they go.
Okay, containers. Containers, I always go to the same area, which is also in Vardenfell, so that's good.
You could brew something nice with that. Here we go.
But yeah, essentially, something that the Windows update did makes my hard drive run at 100%, and so therefore my PC is working really hard and things just won't render, things are slow. So once it renders everything, it kind of tends to calm down. The ESO runs the best. Well, it runs okay. Overwatch won't run at all, especially when I'm streaming. Even when I like looked at my computer like one morning, I think it was Tuesday, I look over and I see my task manager and it's like, hey, you're not running anything but Google Chrome, but your hard drive is at 100%. And I'm like, why? Why are you doing that? You're just running Chrome. And I get it, it's Chrome, but it shouldn't be doing that. So you can imagine how it handles games. Sorry, that was my Facebook. Yeah, I'm talking about. I'm texting my mom about getting Dad's help tomorrow. Hello. So yeah, I always go through here and grab stuff, and no, it's not really ethical, but it's tradition. This is what I've done. Okay, it's only 5. This is where I started my ESO journey, you know? Probably like my first day I went through here. And I remember like fighting the enemies here, the Scoffin, these guys. And I was like, oh my god, the combat music's pretty cool. Because I think I pretty much tried to avoid combat when I started playing. Like, I was like, I'm scared of these enemies, I don't know how powerful they're going to be. So I was like sneaking around them and everything, being all stealthy. And so I don't know if I heard the combat music until I went in there. And so when I heard it, I was like, oh, this is very different from like Skyrim or Morrowind. Way more kinetic, a lot more percussion. And I was like, this actually feels like I want to fight. There you are. Nice. And ice. Where does that go? It goes into hammer space. It's gone. Where is it? Yeah, the eyes look good with the crown. It's not too overbearing. There it is. So did I get my tickets today? I did not. Oh my god, so many trials. Oh my lord. I don't know if Mod's the best choice, but I want to do it. I think I'll test it out. God help me. Yeah, you do look regal. Okay, so I'm in a group for. Do you want to join the? Do you want to join the Mob Lorcage group? What are you, a healer? I think we're full up on healers. We just need one more. Okay. So I'm going to be porting to the trial. Please wish me luck. Oh, you got that Grimoire that turns your healing into an attack? You run damage, you have Resto Staff for defense, and self heals. Oh, that's why you have it. Oh, so you are a DPS. Okay. Well, hey, I don't know if they're looking for a DPS, but check the group finder and see if it's available. You can hop in if you want. That's if you want. They might be asking for 2 tanks, so it might not be there. It'd be really. You don't know how to run the group finder. I swear they need to do a tutorial. They just kind of tossed it in. Well, I think I just heard someone come in. You know what? I've been wondering why people don't use the group finder, and I think that's it. People just don't know how. Alright. Anyway, for future reference, Cammy, the group finder, you use the group menu with P. It'll come up with all this stuff. It'll be under Golden Pursuits right now, but it'll be under group regularly. Okay. Anyway, like I said, frames are going to be really, really bad. Let it render, and then maybe it'll go smoother. Anyway, so you'll click on the group finder and you'll be like, oh, I'm a DPS looking for, like a trial or a dungeon or a what have you. It could be either. It could be maybe a fishing group if you want, a housing group. In my opinion, the group finder is one of the best things that ZOS has ever added to the game, and it's severely, severely underused. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm so embarrassed. This PC can handle this. This PC can handle this and more. My PC could probably run like 3 trials at the same time if that was even possible. So I have no idea why it's doing this. As Craze said, it could be that something is just too old to work with the new update, but this has happened before. The fix isn't working. I don't know. Yes, you don't need DPS. No, we're full now. But like in the future, like if I do another one, if they want to do another run, because that happens sometimes, they're like, oh, we're going again. Then I could invite you, or they'll put themselves in the group finder.
There, the second seal. Wait,
Oh, shouldn't have touched that. I'm sorry. My bad. Oops.
He's coming.
Take cover!
You know what I found interesting about these two seasons coming up, or rather this next season coming up, is that the two halves of the island that we're going to be getting, they said, you know, one, basically, they're treating both halves like small zones. And so it's making me wonder if they are indeed two different zones and not just one zone, because they haven't, I don't think they call it the Solstice Zone. They might call it West Solstice and East. Because I don't think we know. There's a few pieces of evidence here. So, for one, if the writhing wall really splits the actual physical zone in half, players would find a way to glitch around it, probably. I think that they'd at least be afraid of that. And also, both zones are going to have 3 armor sets each. That gives, I mean, like, that's crazy. So whereas if it was a singular chapter size zone, which it likely will be kind of something like that by the end of the year, it would have 3 armor sets, but we're looking at 6 of them overall. We're looking at your classic 2 public dungeons, I think 6 delves, 6 world bosses, which is good. I'm just wondering if it's going to be 1 zone or if we're looking at 2. Shit! Cause like, does that mean that once the wall opens up, if you walk a certain amount of distance, you instantly teleport to a new zone, or what? Because that would be kind of awkward. That's such a huge amount of space to accidentally wander into a new zone. I don't really know if that would be good. And you know what? I don't know why I'm sitting here rambling, because people on the PTS could probably tell me. But I also don't ask anyone PTS questions because I don't want spoilers. But I think that would be okay for me to learn. I wouldn't mind learning that. Because I just want to know how it's supposed to be situated. Anyway, so yeah, I can't really express how important the group finder is in ESO. The group finder literally changed how I play the game. When they announced it, I was like, oh hey, this is gonna change how I play the game, and that's what it did. Because now I get to do so many more trials. I used to do like maybe a trial every like 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. Maybe like, because I would go to Craglorn and I would, you know, fish for someone in there who's handing out a trial. But like now it's like, oh, is anyone running it? It's like, oh yeah, I've got 5 different runs I can choose from here. Now, there's not as many runs as there should be though. I feel like a lot more people don't even use the group finder, and they should. I think it goes underused. A lot of people are just nervous, I think, to put it in there. And a lot of people are nervous joining as well. But I say, give it a whirl. They even referenced how a lot of people are very nervous about doing trials. They referenced that during the Solstice reveal. Because they were talking about Ossian Cage, which is the new trial that's going to be coming out later. That's not a spoiler, that has been officially announced. And they referenced how like a lot of people don't like to do trials because they find them scary. But they're like, try it out. I feel like there's gotta be more of a reason for people to do trials, more events, more trial-based events, right? That encourage people to jump in them. A lot of people get really scared because it's like telling them to play Overwatch or something. They're like, oh no, it's a team effort and I'm gonna let everyone down and blah blah blah. Now, oh my holy shit. Well, I let everyone down. I'm such a failure. I'm gonna leave the group. I shouldn't even be here. Trials are so hard. What was I talking about? Yeah, the twins are notoriously annoying. Is that me? No, that's not me. Anyway, I think that once you get into a trial and you start to learn that it's basically just, you know, if you join as a tank, then yeah, you might have a harder time because you gotta know the mechs and stuff sometimes. But like go in as a DPS, even if you like don't really main DPS or whatever, just go in as a DPS first thing. So you can maybe learn mechs, or rather, like, kind of get the general feel for everything. And if you feel very confident on support, then go ahead and be a support. Well, fuck. I should not have gotten anywhere near there. Okay. It's so funny that I bring this up during the twins. Literally the worst boss probably in normal trial history. My sad face doesn't look like you're sad, and more like I'm utterly done with things. Did you see that I made it so that you can actually see some like raindrops under the cloud? It's like teardrops. My bad. I should have been near the other boss. But see, look, there's like, you can see raindrops. I got near the wrong one, I think. I think it's light with light, right? Oh, shit. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I can never remember if it's light with light or dark with light. I can never remember. I legit can't. Okay, we're good, we're good. Twins is always a mess. Like, this is the hardest boss in just regular, normal trial. If you're doing, like, veteran, totally different story, there's a lot of hard bosses, I'm sure. Okay, yeah, I'm pulling up a guide right here, and it says, the Shy and Skinride, the twins. This is quite possibly the most infamous fight in the game. Well, maybe not now, but when this was written. The twins. This requires a true group coordination and an understanding of mechanics. You need your group to split into 2 groups of 6 players, 1 tank, healer, and 4 DPS on either side. Each team will have colors on their heads. You must only stay with the people the same color as you. If you touch or go near people of the opposing color, you will both explode. Okay, so it's more like staying near the people, the players, and not the boss. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. But see, I messed up there. I died a couple times, maybe a few times. And you know what? My team needed me and I was dead, and I was like, you know what? That's my fault. And I'm not sitting here beating myself up over it. I just didn't remember which way the twins were. I feel like a lot of people just beat themselves up and they're like, ah, I let my team down. What am I gonna do? Oh no. I mean, maybe if you're in like a group that says like, you know, like a veteran trial group that says know the mechanics. You know, you better know the mechanics. If you go into a group like that and you don't know the mechanics, you know, that's obviously a bad idea, but this is just normal. If you don't understand something, ask, look it up online. If you make a mistake, say oops, maybe. In my entire history of playing this game, I would say, around 9,500 hours, I've only been kicked from one group. And, that group was honestly just, they were doing the boss fight wrong, and we kept failing, and so they got rid of me when I told them what the internet said. I think they got mad. I was like, oh, the internet says that we have to go after these ads first. And then they were like, okay, you're removed? That's the only reason they got rid of me. That was probably like 2019. Maybe it was 2020. Yeah, see, don't beat yourself up, because you're the foundation of how you feel. Your opinion about yourself is you know, the most important, because you are literally your only constant companion. Right? Self-esteem is necessary. And a key point of self-esteem is realizing, like, you have to realize when you make mistakes, and you have to go, well, I made a mistake there, didn't I? It's not saying that you don't ever make mistakes. It's saying that you do make mistakes and trying to learn from them. And then also at the same time, it is being able to learn to notice when you do something good. I notice so many people do not understand. They don't know when to be proud of themselves, because they're like, you know, if they screw up, if they trip, they're like, ah, no, I tripped, I'm terrible. And then if they literally save the day, they don't blink twice. They're just kind of like, yeah, you know, I'm just doing what I'm here to do. And it's like, no. If you're gonna, you need to be able to look at both the good things and bad things and go, okay, that was impressive, and then this was a mistake. You can't just like give one more power than the other, because that doesn't help anybody. Oh shit! I just dropped a lot of frames there. And you know, I and I'm not saying that I never sit there and go, I screwed this up really bad, because I do a lot. But it's like, it's how much power you're gonna let that have over you. Yeah, I've done a lot of therapy. I mean, I've given a lot of therapy. I've never done therapy.
I can feel it.
I mean, I kinda did, I guess, but
The drums are rattling my teeth.
I study social things, social groups, mindsets.
Stronger than any I have tested before. Bright moons.
I kind of end up as the mom friend. Ugh.
Have I not made your choice plain? You will listen, mortals, even if it means healing the
Weather therapist order? I like the Mendari too. But yeah, I don't know. The reason I spoke so much about it is because I've known a lot of people who are very hard on themselves, and then when you point out, like, if you point out that they're being too hard on themselves, they kind of tend to beat themselves up because of that. You know, they're like, oh yeah, I beat myself up a lot. I suck. You know, it's like, okay, we're getting a little cyclical here, but that's not uncommon, and it's not like, that's not a weird thing to do. That's a very normal response. But oh shit, do I have a debuff? Oh, whoop! That could have been bad. But you either have people that try to think they, you know, never make any mistakes or whatever, and they can't admit a mistake, which is awful. That's definitely not the point that you want to get to. You never want to reach that point, because at that point you do not learn, and if you do not learn, then you die.
You will be consumed. You will die.
Stand away, friends.
So it's just finding a good mix between the two. Stash a lot of stuff now.
Back at it again.
You want the Dromazo style, but you know it's only available through veteran Mav lore cards? Well, technically it's available through purchase, both in, like, store, obviously the store sometimes, and also you can get style pages via guild stores, but they're probably very expensive. I got the entire Dromothra style once, so I have it all. I think I got that in a crate. Learning from mistakes is just how games work. If you aren't willing to do that, good luck repeatedly falling into the first pit in Super Mario Bros. Yeah, dying almost everything in ESO. Yeah, you gotta adapt. So there's literally a healthy balance between, like, if you make a mistake, you don't just go, that didn't happen, but you also don't go, like, that's all I'm gonna do, I'm good for nothing, right? In between that, you have a mix, which is, like, that mistake happened, but I'm good enough to overcome that. Maybe you'll make the mistake again, maybe you'll make it a few more times, but But you need to know that you're good enough to not make it eventually. Numidium brandy. What? Who named this? Who named this Numidium brandy? Why is it called that? Every friend you introduced to the game refused to use combat abilities for a while. You had to let one know not to sleep on them right from the start. Yeah. Eventually you're gonna want to use those for tougher content. I mean, you don't have to. But if you want to, like, get places... Alright, I guess we can discuss the remaster now. Because now it's like... Yeah, pretty sure the Oblivion remaster is a thing, so... Now, there's been a lot of discourse about how it looks. I also noticed that they just aren't showing us anyone's faces. I think you can see some goblins' faces. You can see a Spriggan's face. But, like, we haven't seen anyone else. And that's the kind of what I think a lot of people are waiting for. Hi, Tiger. So, you think it looks good? I think it looks good. Most people's complaints are about the fact that it doesn't look as green. To be fair, though, I believe one of the screenshots might have been taken at, like, what looked like sundown, so I don't know if it was the best coloring. Maybe it was just, like, more kind of a golden lighting. I don't know. But that's just Game Studios working on the remaster. They're probably a little bit busy right now with like some other game. I don't know what it is. I can't I can't imagine. Yeah, all their efforts are definitely going to 6 right now. That's all they're thinking about, probably. So you forgot about Let's Go 6? Yeah, that's just kind of the stage that we're at right now, aren't we? You hope Khajiit don't look like the Play-Doh faces. Not potato? I guess they don't really have the potato faces. Their snouts can do a squoosh. Squoosh. That's what FromSoft did with Demon's Souls Remaster. Yeah, it's what, I mean, like, wasn't, like, the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask remasters for, like, the 3DS? Weren't those done by another group? I think they were. Ah. What's wrong with Majora's Mask 3D? Why does everyone say this? Makes me sad. Yellow. Don't touch that butterfly. I'm gonna go just destroy my PC by walking into town. I'm like an escort mission right now. I was playing Morrowind the other day, and I was like actually up there in Bar Dao, and it's a lot bigger than it looks. They did not change everything. I played both. I was like, okay, they changed some of the swimming mechanics, you know, but they've got they added the calendar, which made it way easier to schedule things. There goes my frames. There they go. Come on, hold on. No, I'm stuttering on my end and your end. Oh, you mean like you're watching me stutter like in game? Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do, guys. I might have to just end.
No charge to have a look.
Honest merchant, trust this one.
I mean, I got my endeavors done. I could try another trial, I guess, but there's not much here. A lot of veteran trials up, surprisingly. A Belsonar run, I could try. But there's a lot of teleporting in Belsonar, so I don't know. I would have to render a bunch. You literally move through. Why are there 3 DPS in Belsonar? I don't know. I think my frames would be pretty rough.
You're trading here.
Ah, what the heck? I'll try it. Can't wait for the Weather Dragon Horde remaster. Wait, what's the news on that? No, I don't think Belsonar is gonna be better than Ma. I think that there's more having to render new instances for Belsonar. Okay, well, I'm here. So basically, Belsonar has like 3 different areas that you're gonna like teleport around to because you're going through time. That's what I'm worried about. The devs said we believe that devs said they added more clouds. Awesome. Is there a bug with the Mages Guild teleport? There absolutely is. They still need to fix it. Wow, why is this place so empty? Did they already go through and get these enemies? Okay, they're all pretty low level, I know. Well, kinda. Let me check. Yeah, okay. Wow, I'm like... I'm the big one in the group.
The Wanoct has formed in time.
I've waited a lifetime.
Draw the Guardian's ire so I can contain the distortion.
You brought the premium and you were excited for that? Oh, that's what you mean by teleport. Okay, I see. They'll fix it. I'm sure they're gonna fix it. There's no way they don't. Don't worry. That's why I'm not like really upset about it, because it's like definitely my favorite teleport animation. It's the kind of teleport animation that I've been waiting for since they started adding new ones. So, I'm sure they're gonna fix it. Don't worry. So this is Belsonar. It's a dungeon that came out in Q1 of 2023, alongside Scrivener's Hall. Basically, it's kind of like it's a tiny whiny dungeon. You know, basically, the Telvanni here hate you even before you know who they are, because you end up going around through time. So they know who you are before you know who they are, right? It's like Doctor Who. Anyway, shit. Revive, please. I can heal you while you... Hold on. I'm not even moving my hand. I'm just like, "Ugh." Oh, my Winter's Respite, I think, helped me out there. Or no, never mind. That's the Necromancer thingy. All right, guys, let's do a little bit better. All right, here we go. No, why'd you walk through the laser beam? Why'd you do that? You just walked right through it like it wasn't there. Ow, ow. Okay, all right. No, we're not doing that. They're not saying anything either. It's very quiet and awkward. Ah! Come on, man. Dude, DPS, can you please revive? Please revive. I mean, like, please, 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 please. He's not letting me go. Oh, shit. Fucking hell. Ah! Okay, well, you know what? I guess it's better if we just restart from the beginning of the fight. Okay.
By my hand was your fate.
Wait, did that guy go back to the beginning? Oh, dude, I'm dealing with, like... They're really low. That's pretty cool. They all went back to the beginning. They don't have like any soul gems. God, why are they so... Hello, where are they? I'm waiting. These guys are very new. I didn't know they could do DLC dungeons at this level. Where are they? What the fuck? They got distracted by the puzzle. I love the vibes of newness I'm getting from these guys, though. These outfits and everything. Classic. They're... I'm not seeing any laser, though. Is it because I've already done it? Because I'm not seeing zip. Because, like, isn't there, like, supposed to be a laser beam? I'm not seeing anything. Hold on. What if we, okay, what if we, like, okay, alright, that's doing a thing. It did a thing. There's like not a laser or anything, it just kinda... I do not remember. Okay, see, we just matched these two, like right over here. Doesn't do anything. Hold on, hold on. I did this once before, so I'm gonna look into it. Okay. Come on, load the load. I'm just gonna look at, like, what is it? Okay, totem puzzle. This puzzle consists of a large totem in the middle of the room with 3 smaller ones on the outer edge, along with 4 levers. The levers will rotate different blocks in the large central totem. For the purposes of the explanation, let's number the blocks 1, 2, 3, and 4. The goal is to match up the symbols on the large totem with the symbols on the smaller one. But I don't see, like, any... I mean, like, yeah, we've done that, but, like, I don't see any laser or anything connecting these, like... I think there's supposed to be one, right? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, okay. I get it now. It's not really a matter of, like, figuring out how to do it. It's a matter, like... Ah, no. No. We need to basically change the... We're less close. I don't know if they want me to say what the goal is. They're so close. No. Now they're not. Now they're not. Now they are. These poor Argonians, man. I'm sorry, guys. Or, hi. Sorry about this. Are you a vampire? I love your scales. I'm like you. Okay, we're close. Oh, they're getting pretty close. Well, kinda. They. Okay. So now we just need to convert the third one to red. The third one to red. Not the last one, the third one. We need the bottom one to stay green. Okay, now we need this one to go red. I think he's trying to do that. Okay, there we go. Now we need to convert the second one to the shell. Oh, we were close. I don't know why. Okay, now we're almost there. Almost there. Oh, they didn't even need me to tell them. Hey! Nice job. Laborer. Yeah, Argonian laborers. That's what we're calling them, huh? Okay. You know, they all look very pale.
Centuries ago, you escaped. I'll not allow it this time.
Manipulate. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, we don't have a tank, by the way. We're just kind of like, we're just going through this without tanking. Not really the way I like to do things, but it tends to work if you do a lot of damage. But we do not. Thank you so much for the subscription. It's appreciated. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Come on. Up. Get up. Ah! Get off of me. Please. Get off me. No. This is why we have tanks, or this is why you need tanks. Stop! Get off me! Literally anyone else, please. Okay, is he like forgetting about me now? Anyway, hold on, give me a second. Yeah. My bad. Did I stream this week? No, I don't stream generally unless it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But thank you for the sub, Dylan. You might have remembered me being live on Thursday, but that's because that was the reveal stream day. It was very important. Now, some days I might stream during the week. I might decide to go live, like, oh, okay, I'll go live because I feel like it. But that's definitely was not going to happen this week because my computer's acting up and I was spending all my time trying to fix it. And I did not fix it. It's still broken. So yeah, I'm generally Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes twice on Saturday. Because I stream on the UESP and on my own channel. These guys are not ready for this dungeon, I don't think. I mean, that's okay, or, you know. But we can't do this kind of thing without a tank. I don't think. They don't do enough damage, and I don't want to sit here healing them all day. But I used to. I was always streaming around 3 p.m. Yeah, I used to stream every single day for... basically every day for years. But then things changed. I started working. I had a job. Well, rather, I have a job. And I did have a job for a while when I was streaming every day. But it became really draining. And then I decided around November of 23 to just kind of only do weekends. Because I was like, I don't think I'm doing myself any favors streaming every day. Okay, well, we got a new phase here. We got a new phase. Come on. Not me. Why me? Fuck! Well, that's a GG right there. That's a GG. Once I'm down, they're down. It's good to know how far behind you are. Alright. So who's gonna break first? Am I gonna break first, or are they gonna break first? Okay, looks like it was them.
Let's get it done.
I would stream every day if I streamed as a job. But yeah, I mean, like, I probably made more money streaming every day. But, you know, obviously I'm not a big streamer. I don't make a lot of money anyway. Do you guys think that I could, like, be a streamer, like, as a job? I don't even know if I'd be able to.
Scourge! Fight me!
I was a constant for you every day around 3 p.m. Well, hey, if you want, I've got a whole YouTube channel of VODs. You could just rev one up at 3 p.m. I mean, I've got a channel of every VOD since January of 23. And granted, I'm missing a whole lot of history, right? I mean, I started streaming in, like, summer of 2019, so... We're going on 6 years, guys. Thank you, Darklight. Do I edit my VODs or I just throw them as is? I just kind of put them on. I just upload them just straight up. In fact, even if a VOD is nothing but technical issues, I still upload it because I'm just like, I just have to upload everything. And so, like last Sunday there was just so many issues. I had like a 45-minute stream of just tech issues. I'm still gonna be uploading that. You've been watching my VODs, you want to comment? You realize you're watching something in the past? Yeah. It's funny.
I trained my entire life for your return.
Well, you're doing pretty good about it, man. Training his entire life. You just say because of the whole 100 hours limit now on Twitch? Yeah. I'm glad that I was already ahead of the game. I just upload to YouTube. Upload to YouTube. Granted, I'm a few VODs behind. I probably still haven't uploaded last week's. You just got attacked by a horde of minotaurs. Oh, let me guess. You're probably in the Westweald. Oh, well, you are in the Westweald. You're in Silorn. I expected you to be, like, facing off against the roaming boss, but... Public Dungeon. Silorn is my second favorite public dungeon in the game, and I'm very, very particular about my public dungeons. Like, well, I'm not particular as in, like, there's some I don't like. They're, like, my favorite thing in the game. That's what I mean. So I'm very, like, to have one be my second favorite is a pretty big deal. Three Minotaurs and an ogre on you all at once? I might have to tell these new players that, like, they might want to, like, level up a bit more before they do this. What's, like, the nicest way to say that? Get good? You hate that saying? You check your VODs channel and your last upload has 56 views. Who are these people? Oh, nice. No, I'm not gonna say get good. You're playing WoW content from 2008? Hey, that might be what's bringing them in. Okay, so listen, they're 20. Let's say 24 and 25. Give me a second. Let me see. Aren't they like not allowed? Like, what's the base level for queuing for vet or no? Sorry, DLC Dungeons ESO. This person says DLC and non-DLC dungeons need separate queues. I agree. I do agree. I've been saying that for years. Let's see. Someone commented with, "Hi, I'm from Colorado." Hi. I'm from Colorado. I'm Lonk from Pennsylvania. I'm Petch from Texas. Alright. Hi, Crazed.
My name is Big John from Kansas.
Okay, I think they're agreeing with me. As much as I don't want to leave Balsanar. Just trying to clear the zone, didn't realize this was a more advanced zone. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. It's exactly what I thought. I was like, it's probably not a coincidence they're in Stonefalls. Hold on. Is it called the Crowswood? Yeah. Okay, they've been in Crowswood, they said. Let's see. I'm putting them to I'm leading them to Fungal Grotto. Hi, I'm from Iowa. Oh, we got Iowa friends. Iowa buddies. Okay, so I'm kind of like I'm gonna offer to run through Fungal Grotto with them. They said we plan to eventually hit that for the Undaunted once we make our way there. Okay, so they want to just kind of go there. We're there and pull you in. City of Bridges, Bulldogs. What's going on up there? What's Iowa like? Okay. Hilly and farmy? What is this hill you speak of? Okay. They did the wrong thing, but okay. Most folks don't believe the hilly part. I don't believe in hills. People are talking about hills and mountains, and I'm like, okay, what's that? And they're like, it's like ground, but it goes up. And I'm like, what? Does not make sense to my Texan brain. Alright, here we go. Well, I'm not gonna be taking the shortcut. We're just gonna be doing a standard Fungal Grotto run. It's the first time I've done that in a long time, but the hills are alive. Wait, no, let me loot. Oh, one state over from the Ozarks. Who are these Ozarks you speak of? Ugh. I am not going to be dropping frames in Fungal Grotto, thank you very much. I need to remember I'm also here to heal. Alright. Your college roommate was from Kansas. Thank God Iowa isn't that. Wait, what's wrong with Kansas? Mountains? Again, I don't believe in mountains. Your fancy little, oh, it's really high ground nonsense does not work on me. See, I think they're getting through this pretty smoothly. That was technically the first boss, though I think he's a 2 taken out of 3. The first official boss is going to be right around the corner. Kansas is the flattest land, like as far as the eye can see in all directions. Yep. You know, back in the day, like when they, when all the settlers were like, you know, journeying across the prairies and stuff, there was a thing called, I think they call it prairie sickness. And it was legit like a form of depression that would occur. It was like a form of depression and desperation that would occur from people just seeing nothingness in all directions.
See that?
It was an actual
Probably
thing.
something useful in there.
I mean, when you think about it, like for people like that must have been pretty nuts. Just nothingness everywhere. I'll believe a mountain when I see a mountain. I'm kidding. I grew up with mountains around me. Because I was born in Vegas and we had mountains in the distance. One of the mountains that we had, like there was I think it was basically like 2 mountains that were like, one mountain was in front of the other one, but it kind of looked like there was this very weird, like a chunk taken out of it. And I remember, like, a legend among the children that's like, that mountain is where a giant took a bite out of the mountainside. And it's like, holy shit. Ow. That's right, we had lore. I was also a very dumb child. Come on, guys, we got this, we got this. I hurt my upper back again, guys. Do you guys remember when I did my Darkest Stormy Night stream when I was on vacation? I streamed for so much that I hurt my back, and I managed to do it again. It's not as bad this time, but it's definitely giving me bad memories. I think it's because I was like, I was laying down in VR, but like not like on my back, and I hurt myself. Who's fighting who? Why are we... Ah! Visit all the Midwest with the Dakotas? I probably have 2. You're gonna need to ask my parents all the states that I've been to in the past. We've taken a lot of road trips.
Only a fool
refuses to trade with Fezes. You're no cheat, yes?
$4.3. Woo.
Well, I'm here.
Chest. I guess I really don't care. I mean, not everyone's a chess person. Like, we're not gonna be doing the shortcuts. We're gonna be going the normal way. It's gonna be pretty nostalgic for me. Nose cheese, that's bad luck. I lost them again. Maybe they were getting the chest. Alright. Again, I need to keep reminding myself I'm not going to take that shortcut. Not going to take the shortcut. Yeah, don't jump off the waterfall. Gonna get these guys some experience. Ah, crabs! Forgot about the crabs! You always thought they needed to add invisible walls to the waterfall? What? No. That kind of talk is not allowed in my stream. You be ruining so many people's like Fungal Grotto speedruns. Like I only have so much time in my day. Sometimes when I get like a dungeon endeavor or like a weekly, it's like I can't spend all day randomly queuing. Doing a quick Fungal Grotto run using the waterfall shortcut is a must-have. I need that. So many crabs, but where's the chitin? I hope I'm getting some, because guess what? I had to buy some, like, yesterday. And I couldn't believe that I was actually out of a material. I was like, what? I'm out of a material. Like, when was the last time that's happened? Alright.
About time we faced an actual challenge.
Here we go, guys. You know, Zos won't, but some part of you is like, man, the other devs who made these cool bosses and stuff are sad that most players skip it. I mean, well, maybe, but like, it's pretty old by now. I think that Fungal's okay. Maybe if it was like newer content, they would. But I think that this is just something that should just be left alone. And look, I'm doing the bosses right now, so you're welcome. Oh, they're still up there. Why are they still up there? Did I move too fast? What are they doing?
Stay ready. Never know what else might be headed our way.
What are they doing? Trying to make sure that they survive. You could never be a dev. Well, imagine like I don't know, like if I was a writer for ESO, like I've always wanted to be, then I would be writing stuff that people would just be like, they'd open a bookshelf and then close it immediately because that's like what everyone does. And that, yeah, sure, but like not everyone would. And that's what would make me happy. So many crabs. Here we go. I forgot, is there a way that you can keep these goblins from getting run over? Because, like, that just always seems to happen. At least to one of them. Oh shit. Okay, no, they're here, they're here. Alright, this is Final Boss, here we go. Proceeds to open a bookshelf, then close it. People just do that for levels. They're like, blacksmithing! Alchemy! Okay, it's going well, 50%. Go wild.
By the ebony blade, this is it. We found the shrine.
All right. Okay, so, you always tell yourself you'll read it later, but you never do. You have to read it right then or there, you'll honestly forget. I take screenshots. That's what I do. At least we're not ready for all the gear. So they said my bags are full of unresearched gear. Okay, so they want to go and research, so even if I handed them this gear, they would not be able to hold it. Yep. Still got that effect around me. I kind of wish they would fix that. It kind of sticks around after the banner is used. Yeah. Says he thinks he remembers. He said it's in Deshaun. Well, okay. So only base game dungeons have 2 versions? Yeah, yeah, there's, I mean, like, you get like story sequels for DLC dungeons sometimes. Like, I mean, like, Lair of Marslock is kind of like Celine's Web 2. It's not in the same place, but it's the same, like, story. Or rather, same, like, characters. But no DLC dungeons actually have a 1 and 2. Oh my god, I thought you were... I did not know that you were still here. I thought you guys walked out. Which reminds me, you have not done the newest dungeons yet. They're pretty good. I like the secret bosses of, I think only one of them has secret bosses. That being, Exiled Redoubt. I don't think Leps Seclusa has secret bosses, but Exiled Redoubt secret bosses are fun. There's a Wraith one that I thought was fun. Do you guys remember when they advertised this dungeon pack, right? And there was a bunch of drama about how to buy it? Do you remember that? No, because I'm the only ESO content creator you're... Oh, really? You couldn't do any better? I'm kidding. I did not know that. Okay, so when Fallen Banners was announced, right? They introduced Lepsaklusa and Exiled Redoubt, and they said, hey, if you want this, you're gonna need ESO Plus to play it. It is an ESO Plus specific dungeon pack, and that got a lot of feathers ruffled, right? And honestly, my feathers were ruffled too, because I was like, I have ESO Plus constantly, and I have for years and years and years, but obviously I'm still looking out for people who don't have it. And I'm like, that's really exclusive, right? To make it ESO Plus only, when people are going to want to purchase it straight up. A lot of people just prefer to purchase their dungeon packs. And then I think they said something about like, oh, well, maybe we'll make it so that you could buy it later. I think they said something like that. And it's like, okay, so they're going to have it for crowns later for some reason. And it was all very confusing. And then a week ago, the stream happened, right? The ESO Direct, and they were like, they showed what seasons were, and it all made sense. It all made sense because the dungeon pack is incorporated into the new season. Therefore, if someone had gone out of their way to spend crowns to buy Fallen Banners, and then later looked at the season pass, they would have to buy the season pass again, and they would have been like, I would have gotten this anyway. It comes with the season pass. So I would have just basically bought these dungeons twice. And I'm like, that explains why they did not allow you to buy it straight up. Because like, say Fallen Banners released and I bought it for what, 1,500 crowns. And then the pass is revealed and they're like, you can buy the pass right now, and it includes those dungeons, the ones that you just bought. I would have been pretty pissed. I would have been like, now I have to buy them over again, basically. So yeah, I can see why they did what they did. It all makes perfect sense. And honestly, it's a really, really good deal. Because like, if Solstice ends up being like a chapter of content, which it kind of sounds like it will be when it's all put together, it also comes with 2 dungeon packs. That's 4 dungeons, right? The base price for the season pass is $50, and generally chapters are $40, which means that you're getting 4 dungeons for $10. Which, when you think about how much you're paying for dungeon packs usually, that is a steal. That's crazy. I don't think enough people are talking about that. How much we're getting for just an extra $10 of paying. Getting all those dungeons. And also, because I mean, like, Solstice, when it's done, is gonna have everything. It's gonna have 2 public dungeons. I think like 6 world bosses, 6 delves, and a trial. You know, Aussie and Cage. Solstice is a chapter in every way, but it's named right. Now, I'm not saying they're gonna do this every year, and they're not saying it either. Don't get your hopes up for that. This is kind of a year to kind of ease us into the season pass. So they're sort of just, I think they're kind of just giving us what we're used to ease us into it. There was a gripe with you though. You already have those dungeons from ESO Plus. Now you're including them again with what you just paid with the season pass. Now, see, that's true. So essentially, I know basically that means, oh, I paid an extra $10 to get 2 dungeons or 4 dungeons that I own anyway with ESO Plus. However, technically you don't own them because you're just using a subscription. So I guess technically the $10 is it's like an assurance fee. You can think of it as like, if I can't spend anything on ESO Plus in the future, I still have these dungeons because they came with the pass. But I get it, because you're in the same situation that I'm in, because I basically, if they kept making the dungeons ESO Plus, like, you get them anyway with the subscription, then you would never own them. Nowadays, you're just gonna own them, and you're never going to lose them, from what I can understand. Nowadays, it's gonna seem like, I don't know if they're gonna do anything with the other dungeons, but I mean, I guess you could just buy them flat out, which I'm missing a lot of dungeons flat out. Like, if I lost my ESO Plus right now, I would not get any... I would lose so many dungeons because I don't actually own them, right? That's not going to be a fear in the future now. Like, if I lost my ESO Plus, I still have the 4 dungeons that come in the Season Pass, because for just a measly $10, I own those now. Now, I bet you're wondering, it's like, okay, well then, how is ESO Plus special? Because that was one of the things that made it special. And it's like, that's fair, but ESO Plus users are getting the Furnishing Vault. That's notable. And also, obviously, we get our crowns, and we get our, you know, crafting, or our, you know, our crafting bag. Weather Dragon Dungeon when? Imagine the Clouds final boss. Oh, I thought you meant like I was the dungeon. Like, I'm the dungeon. I'm big enough. I don't want a Clouds final boss because I don't want anyone beating up Clouds. ESO Plus is special because of the craft bag and crowns. Oh yeah. As people say, it's worth it for the crafting bag alone. If I clouds in my brain, isn't that basically just like Sanity's Edge? So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward. I'm looking forward to the fact that we get this at least this tiny bit of a zone in, you know, under a month and a half, which is wild. Because generally, after reveal streams, we have to wait like 5 months, right? It's like 5 months after the reveal stream, and now we got the reveal stream, and it's like, that's right, you're getting it in a month and a half, and that's just wild. And I know it's not the full thing, but I generally, the way that I do content in ESO is very, very slowly. So it's technically not too terribly different from what I'm used to, right? And it's kind of nice to have something to look forward to as the year goes on, instead of getting a singular drop and then going, well, I guess I'm going to wait another year. We have waited. We have, yeah. I mean, but it wasn't. It was a very long wait. Having to wait like 5 months until the chapter dropped. I mean, granted, next year they could do that. Next year they could have the reveal stream in January, and then, in fact, they might prefer doing that. I don't know. You just don't understand how it lightens Zaz's workload. They're still doing the same stuff, just broken up a bit. I think what it sounded like, because they were doing a podcast with a podcast group called, I think they're called Very Funny. They're doing a podcast, and during that, they discussed that it helps with them being able to adjust with what the players want due to the fact that they're working over time and not doing a singular, because like they would drop content, and then as soon as players are like, well, we want this, it's like, well, we've already dropped it, and it was our one and done update. And it sounded like they couldn't give in to players' demands, because by the time that they knew players' demands, they were already working on the next thing. And they said that they just weren't really able to fully give the players what they wanted due to the fact that they were like stuck in a loop. So, because they would, I think like by the time they were announcing what was next, they were already like well into, you know, designing what was going to come up after that. You know, I could be wrong with the timeline, but it could be like, oh, they're announcing Greymoor, and then like, while the Greymoor is being announced to the world, they're halfway through doing Blackwood. But here's the thing, though: the things that people say that they want to experience in Greymoor, you know, they're like, oh, change this and we want that and blah blah blah. It's like, well, they're already halfway through Blackwood, maybe, and it's like, okay, well. Apparently this changes their workload so that they can respond faster. I'm not entirely sure how, but I guess because they're just probably working on less content. Because again, next year we just don't know what we're going to be getting. I think what I need people to remember is that this is not the new format 100%. Seasons could be anything, right? For all we know, seasons could be Quarter 1 dungeons, Quarter 2 dungeons, Quarter 3, and Quarter 4 dungeons. You know, it's not a definite Quarter 1 dungeons and then half a zone and then half a zone. That's not what a season is, particularly from what I understand. Because they said a season could be 3 months, for example, a 3-month season. That could be significantly shorter. I don't think it assures that we're going to be seeing, you know, 4 dungeons a year and a zone. I don't see it as an assurance. But it seems that they want people to, you know, they know people want that. They know people want zones, which is good, because I do. Granted, it's a bunch of what looks like a bunch of reused assets, but a lot of new lore and new places to explore and new people to talk to. It's like, okay. That makes sense. WoW kind of does the same thing. By the time the next X-Spec is coming out, Blizzard's already working on the next thing. You're still surprised that we have a whole map with so many unknown zones, yet they give us a place on the map that never existed until now. Right. I think that the reason why might be because they want to do the Little Mathit, but I'm not saying anything else. Because they can't choose the mainland if they wanted to do that. But also, the Worm Cult wanted to be isolated, so they might have just decided to do an island to keep them isolated. It's like, oh, the Worm Cult, they want to choose like an island to start on, so that no one knows they're there. No, I don't have insider knowledge. You can also do more original stuff and have to worry about stepping on the toes of Todd, Father. You might want to save something for the mainland games, right? But if we get into that mindset, then you start to worry that we're not gonna be able to see anywhere else in ESO that's big, because it's like, how long can you do that? How long can you truly like not commit? Yeah, we could get both. We could get both. I see them like doing Kespar and Hearn as a couple islands out here. That way they don't have to actually do Hammerfell. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. I'm surprised it's taken them so long to do that. It's so quiet without the music, but I turned the music off because with my bad frames it tends to chop up. It becomes very hard to listen. Man, I wish my PC was working. Isn't Vargrave an original zone? Vargrave is an original zone, yeah, yeah. That's entirely fresh. And kind of a good example of what I like ZOS doing. I'm always a huge fan of when ZOS does something original that they just kind of come up with it themselves, like be it design wise or just entirely concept wise. Fargrave like came out of nowhere. Their big focus was like Deadlands, and they're advertising Deadlands because of, you know, Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4. But I was really interested in Fargrave because that kind of went under the radar. They were like, oh, also you're going to this realm of Oblivion that, you know, we've never seen before. And I was like, okay, what was that, burying the lead? So like that's ZOS original. The sisters aren't technically ZOS original. The sisters have been around since '98, but we've only really known them by name. So, but everything else about them, even the island names, you know, those are all ZOS made. So if it ain't the name the sisters, it's pretty much ZOS made. So. Yeah, that may or may not be Miramore. So yeah, ZOS has made places before, you know, but this is going to be the first time that they ever made an island that, like, they actually just kind of came up with. It's only, like, one step behind the sisters, because the sisters technically existed on a few maps. So the sisters didn't really have that much more going for it than Solstice, so... I don't really is it player opinion? I kind of see it player opinion in the same way of, like, the Earth is round is your opinion.
Let's just do what we came here for and get out of here.
We're getting out of here.
Imperial soldiers from White Rose. They're the enemy.
I can't read this. Why can't I read this? Avengers wanted. I can't read what it says. It's never outright said. Well, no. But that's just, I mean, like... Elder Scrolls does that a lot. It's like, no, it's never outright. It's like, think of it like Balsanar. You know how I was just in Balsanar? It's like Balsanar brings you all throughout time, and the last area that you go to is, you know, everything's on fire and meteors are falling from the sky, and like you're reading pages that talk about what's going on, and they never outright say what time it is or the date or anything, but it's pretty obvious that you're experiencing the Red Year, you know. It's like, it's never said outright, but it's like, it's pretty obvious. I'm not saying it answers all the questions, but, you know. Well, no, since I can't really do much else, I don't know. I'm not going to be doing a USP stream today. Thank God it's not scheduled for today. Speaking of which, I'm doing the, Hey you, do you want to experience a traumatic moment in Dunmer lore? Well, have I got a dungeon for you? Exactly. That guy, wait, no, hold on. That guy is gonna fall. Right there. And then that guy is gonna erupt. It's gonna be great. So, what was I saying? I was saying something. What was it? Oh, no, I forgot. I was saying I'm not. Oh, that's right. I actually just got picked up for a project that I haven't done in like a couple of years, and that is I am now, to the best of my ability, writing the weekly trivia for the unofficial Elder Scrolls pages. So they do a trivia night, and so I need to write many questions a week. I'm kind of hoping that they do it monthly, because I don't really know how many I can do. I mean, obviously there's a lot of obviously just so much lore, right? But it's not hard to come up with knowledge, but it's hard to come up with questions and rank them, right? It's like, is that an easy question? Is that a medium question? Is that an insanely hard question, right? It's kind of hard for me to do, but I managed to get 2 weeks done last night. I just kind of hope I didn't like exhaust myself, but I got 2 weeks done, so they're going to be doing that at some point, whenever that is. I'm honored to have been chosen for it. I'm doing my best. Because they did choose me. They chose me specifically, unlike... I mean, I guess they chose me to be Twitch streamer as well. But this felt more like... They chose me because they... I guess they can... They called me... They called me a lore hound. Am I a hound? I don't seem very dog-like. Is it really fair to have to compete with the UESP during trivia night? I'm basically. Well, you mean like? Is it fair that I have to like make both of them and they're competing with each other? Or do you mean that? Do you mean that you're having to like debate against UESP members during trivia night? Because they don't generally stop by here. It's you guys. I'm a master. I don't know about that. You will defeat them. You'll defeat the UESP? I was like, what does Google come up with when I type in Lorehound? Lorehound. What comes up? Oh, it's a RuneScape thing. Huh. Maybe, is it anything outside of, is it something outside of RuneScape? I'm just getting a bunch of RuneScape stuff. The Lorehound. Didn't miss the Lorehound. I got called a Pegasus last week. Does anyone remember that? And they were like, "Wait a minute, are you a dragon? I thought you were a Pegasus." I was like, "I'm a dragon." Thank you so much, Hero, for the raid. It's appreciated. You remember a week ago. Does anyone here think I look like a horse? I had someone say llamas. They were like, I think they said llama. They were like, "You're drawing llamas?" I'm like, I'm not a llama. Not a llama. You're always here. I'm gonna have to check the viewer listing to see if you're here. So you are. What were you up to, Hero? Reached room 46 in Blueprints. Is that like a roguelike? Oh, it's a puzzle adventure. Puzzle adventure game with roguelike elements. Okay. Is 46 pretty high? Oh, I like the vibe. Interesting. It's like got a cell shaded vibe to it. Oh, it's sort of the end of the game, in quotes. All right. Congrats. Then there are achievements for getting all the rooms and unlocks. This article says it is currently the highest rated game of 2025. Oh, it came out it didn't even come out 10 days ago. Wow. It's on the Game Pass. Well, I don't use the Game Pass, but I mean, like, I don't generally get around to doing many other games. Unfortunately, I've kind of locked myself up because my PC is being an absolute nuisance this past week. So I can't really do much. So I'm kind of I'm really limited as what I can do. Maybe having more game options would have been better. I mean, like, I could try to run some other games, but it's just gonna be a laggy mess. I'm gonna try to get everything fixed tomorrow, or I guess this afternoon. So that means I gotta be up earlier. The premise is simple but hard. You make a house that resets each day, and going into each room is a step. You start with limited steps, gold keys, things that cost gems to make. Each room can have puzzles or hard to find things. So, by making a house that resets each day, do you mean like it's like randomly generated? Like, generate a house. And then once the day is done, it resets. You start in an entryway that has 3 exits. Hmm. You go into a door and choose the next room. The rooms are from a random shuffle. Okay, I see. Yep. I like how I finally tried to get into a dungeon and it turned out to be a group that should have been in a much easier dungeon. Azure Farm. Wouldn't that be like Marcelock? It just says any dungeon. You can dead end yourself and make a straight hallway, a curved one. Okay. Interesting. Sounds like an original game. It sounds like one of those games that I definitely would hear about at the Game Awards. It'll suck me in. I don't know the last time that's really happened with the game, for me. I guess Sea of Thieves kind of sucked me in. I mean, it still does. It still does. I can play that game for a long time. Obviously ESO sucks me in, but like, if you're talking about like a new game experience, I don't know. But I guess Baldur's Gate 3 maybe, but like not so much single player, more multiplayer is when that game sucked me in.
Should have been more prepared.
What else? Because again, I don't try many other games. I might grab them. But like, I'm talking about like, there goes my frames. There goes my frames. I'm talking about like a game where I really just lose track of time and I just can't stop. Like what kind of like, I'm trying to think about when I had that experience most recently. Because it's not just very standard for me. Well, let me pull up my Steam and see if like I'm just not thinking. Let's see. Sometimes Starfield can do it. I don't really know if I'd put it on the list of incredible, but like, I at least spend a lot more time playing Starfield than I thought that I would. I'd be like, it's like, do I want to play Starfield? And I start it up, and then it's been like 3 hours, and I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe, like, I mean, like, lately I've been playing a lot of VR chat. VR chat has gotten my attention. There's something, like, very, it's, because, like, you're basically, like, playing, there goes my frames, you're playing, like, a lot of games in one, you know? The game does not have a consistent style, it's a zillion different worlds, and so you got a zillion different things to check out. But it also means, like, you don't know if you're going to go somewhere really scary, and, like, it might look nice, you just don't know. I mean, like, I played VR chat alone sometimes, and I go to a world that, like, I'm sitting there thinking, is this world secretly very scary, and I don't know? So it's, like, 4 a.m., and I'm playing in the dark, and I'm, like, all alone, and I'm like, should I be concerned? Because literally anything could happen. I mean, like, you know, it's not like a company where you can say, oh, the company wouldn't do this or that, because it's just a bunch of people who are creating stuff. You just don't know. It's like Little Big Planet, but like, obviously more immersive. So, but I mean, there's kind of a thrill to that. It's also just very scary. But I also let's see, let me think, you know, when I was playing VR chat, I think earlier this year, I discovered the stream camera, because I didn't know that was a thing. I had been streaming it, but I had been streaming it from first person 100%. So then I accidentally turned on the stream camera, and I didn't know what it did. I literally just thought that I just didn't fully register what a stream camera was. And then I realized that as soon as I turned it on, it had connected to my OBS, and I was like, holy shit. I can, like, set it up and like, just kind of, like, stream a completely... Like, I can stream myself in another world without just having to see it from my perspective. And that completely changed how I streamed VR chat from then on. And I don't know, as long as I can, like, wear a headset without suffering ill effects... Because for some people, a lot of people suffer ill effects. But I mean, I think there's ways that you can deal with that. Like, a lot of people, like, will use teleportation movement because they don't want to, like, actually move using a joystick, and that helps a lot of other people. Some people don't like teleportation movement, and they prefer something more natural with a joystick, where, like, they're playing like a standard game. And so I say, if you're having issues with VR chat, just kind of mess around with your settings a bit and see what helps. Also, you might want to adjust your headset to make sure that your headset is on correctly. You've got, you know, like the strip on top and the gear on the back. At least I use an Oculus, so that's what I have. I try to make sure that's always set up, because, like, if that's set up incorrectly, then I can get severe face pains, like really severe, to the point where I have to, like, take off my headset and set it down and rub my face all over because I'm like, it hurts. But if you get it on right, then that's not a problem. But yeah, so I think that game, I don't know if I would say a time sink, like it sucked me in, but it's gotten more attention from me than most other games, I think, in my library right now. But yeah, I mean, like, I think more than games, expansions suck me in more. So it's like, oh, there's an ESO expansion, right? That's a game that I know I like, so I get sucked in and I play that for a long time, you know. Maybe there's a new hero in Overwatch, and then that really sucks me in. So I think it's more like content updates for me that bring me in. But I'm definitely not. I'm not, like, averse to trying new games. I like the style of what was it called? My brain wants to call it Blue Palace. The Blueprints. Because I'm thinking like Elder Scrolls, Blue Palace. Blueprints. Puzzle games are also good. I mean, like, I'm not very smart. Streaming puzzle games, that takes, you know, like, that's stressful. That's not everyone can do that because, like, sometimes I can't think while I'm on stream because it's like, oh my god, I'm being watched. They're watching me fail to put 2 and 2 together, you know? I streamed all of Portal 2. I did a whole Portal 2 run back at the end of 2021. That was like the main campaign. And I did that, but it's like, okay, but I played the game through like 2 or 3 times already by that time. So it had been 10 years old. So that wasn't that special. I'm not a very bright person. I have intelligence, but it's not like problem-solving intelligence, I don't think. It's more like emotional/social intelligence. So I'm not very good at puzzle games, but they can be fun. All right, well, so again, tomorrow I'm planning on getting up earlier so I can ask my dad to help me with the PC, and then hopefully we get this issue fixed because it's been over a week and I can't do much else. It's really embarrassing to stream and have everything get all choppy, so I just want to stand here and talk all day. So hopefully we get it fixed so I can play, like, I can do tough stuff in ESO without having to worry about frame drops, and I can play Overwatch and Halo and everything again. Because I miss it. But I will not be doing the UESP stream, unofficial Elder Scrolls pages. I will not be doing that today. It's not scheduled for today anyway, so I kind of got lucky. I will hopefully be doing it next week. Hopefully everything will be fixed by then. This guy keeps pushing me. No, hold on. What do they call it? What do they call it? There we go. I'm just gonna bask here. Let's see if he moves me. If he might touch me like just enough, I think I might be too far to the left. Here he comes. Oh, but I will be streaming on my channel here at like 9 p.m. Central. Maybe actually it might be more like 8 or something. So we'll see. Even if I don't fix my PC, nope, he didn't wake me up. I'm still sitting here. I'm still sitting here alone. He ignored me. Even if my PC is not working correctly, I will still be streaming, and I will be streaming on Sunday too, at 7 p.m. Central. So I'd rather be streaming from a happy PC, but the show must go on, even if it'll be short. I don't know, but I can't just not stream. This is my weekend. It's like what I like doing. But for now, I will raid you guys off to someone. Hold on. Some of you guys just came from a raid, but okay. Let's kind of just make sure. All right. Also, make sure to get your tickets if you play ESO. You haven't gotten your tickets yet. Reset is in a few hours, I think. Alright, so we are going to raid somebody, but I need to figure out who. We are going to raid... Oh, wait, there's Ouroboros crate drops. Okay, we're going to be, watching Lyris. Thank you so much for watching my stream. I will probably be live around 8 p.m. Central Time if everything goes well. Somewhere around there. I try to start around 8. I will see you guys next time. Bye.